talking with my friend Abby Wolf. So you were in here last fall when you were doing something really cool in St. Paul.
It was a one-off show.
Yeah.
It was a special event commissioned by the American Composers Forum. They wanted a live show in their Landmark Center, which is a huge, big, beautiful atrium right in St. Paul, like kitty corner across from the Ordway.
Yeah.
So it's a big old space. And I was working on a writing project with my frequent collaborator, Joey Van Phillips. And he'd just done a thing where he'd written a bunch of music for a percussion ensemble.
Okay.
So we were doing this, we were coming up with just this like crash bunch of cool tunes that was really percussion heavy, which was super fun and a really big, different challenge for me to dive back into, but that's what I was doing last time.
How did it bounce around, the sound in there?
Changing. Yeah, I did a loop station vocal stack thing in there to start the performance, and it was pretty grand in the way acoustically.
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, the ceilings are super high, and there's a lot of marble in there.
Oh, I'm so sad that I missed it. But yeah, I imagine that it would bounce differently.
Yeah.
So tell me, who is in your band now?
What are we doing?
Yeah, what are we doing
now?
here today? So Abby Wolf, who is in your band right now?
My band right now is again Joey Van Phillips. He's my go-to drummer bud anytime I have any opportunity to play and I need some percussion. So Joey is on the tubs. Working with a good friend of mine, Chris Smalley, who is a very intuitive guitar player. He's really great with building like washy fields of sound, and he's got a great ear as well. And I'm really stoked to be working with Eric Mason on this one.
Love him.
So wonderful. His understanding of music in general is so deep, and he brings so much. He brings so much to the table. I'm really stoked that he's on board, and our rehearsals have been really exciting.
Oh, I imagine. So now, oh my God.
Plus some singers.
Well, you don't want to say?
No, maybe we'll say the singers. Please.
Okay. That's the surprise you get. Okay. Okay. All right. So the album is coming out on Friday.
That's right.
There's a show Friday at Ice House.
Yes.
We'll find out who the singers are then.
Right.
I assume. I wonder if I could figure out who any of them are. Have you collaborated?
I've collaborated with most. Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of it. Two of the three before.
Two of the three. So one you haven't collaborated with. Are they all ladies?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go make a scorecard.
Make it go.
I'm going to make a scorecard. I'm going to look at who's out on the road and who's in town and see. So tell me about the album. How long has it been in the recording process?
The album has been in the recording process actually just pretty recently. It's been in the performing process for a while. So these are like road-tested tunes that I've come up with over the last several seasons, I'll say, of writing work and touring work. So the last couple of years, right after I put out the last record with Grant, the Wolf Lords album, we played a few shows, and then I immediately joined Dessa's band and went on the road with her a lot. So that was really the life that record had. Was vastly on the road, and I played a lot of opening sets, amazingly all over the country and in Europe as well.
Yeah.
Like we went to the UK last year, so I really got some road legs under these songs. And so these are the ones that I wanted to make sure that they got released, because that's kind of a nice part about music, right? There's the playing and singing of it, and then there's also the sharing of it.
Right.
And so the sharing of it has taken its own time. So here it is.
Okay, that's why it makes utter sense now, because they were all recorded at different times, or written at different times.
Yeah, yeah.
So each song has its own personality. It's not like car crash of difference, but it's subtle. It's each one has its own mood.
They're different snapshots of phases of creative work, I suppose.
And I love the artwork that goes with it.
Thank you. Yeah, that was shot by the photography we used was shot by Zoe Prince Flash. And
I love her.
She's got a lovely eye.
How did you do that? Did you smoke something? Was it like
I did
a
not.
big
It's
like
not-
e-cigs?
No,
like
it's not hashtag vape life like everybody said online. That wasn't. I don't think that was part of the intended artistic design. So Zoe frequently collaborates with a woman named Crystal Quinn, and the two of them met me super impromptu out in the woods a couple of weeks ago with a couple of smoke bombs.
Smoke bombs. Yeah. It looks like it's coming right out of your mouth.
We worked with physicality and kind of drifting in and out of these patches of smoke, and they went by really quick too. So each one lasted like maybe 11 seconds or something.
Wow.
So we had like boom, light another one, like play around in it and pose, and Crystal would come around and like hide behind me. And it was fun.
That's
fun
cool.
to make those shots.
You don't think about what goes into the artwork that much. You think it's like, oh, it's just a picture. But this one, I was like, I knew there had to be a story behind it, because I'm like, it's more than just smoking something, because there's just so much smoke. Like, yeah, I'm like, I want to know where you get your vape.
There's a lot of, yeah, no. I guess thematically, and this is an afterthought, but it does make sense. Like thematically, some of the music is really about feelings of voicelessness and being lost and being surrounded by a haze that I can't see through, or like a character can't see through. So the lyrics ended up tying in with that visual theme too.
Wow. I keep coming back. I really like the first song a lot, but then there is an F-bomb in it that I can't play on the air, but I don't want to take out.
I got a radio edit. I'll send it to you if you want.
Yes, because I'll play that in the future. But the song that I've been coming back to then was Any Shape. I really love that one. Can you tell me the story behind the song?
The story behind the song, I mean, again, I'll kind of bullet point it a little bit, because it's not like a clear narrative necessarily, but I wrote it to a beat that Grant Cutler sent me from New York. I wrote it while listening on my headphones in the back of a speeding Desatur van across the West Coast. And so there's definitely this feeling of momentum, this feeling of excitement, of like forward motion, and also a little bit of like the visuals that I got when I was writing it have to do with like a female character asking for these things and having goals and thoughts and dreams and asking for them and then turning away from them when they come. So it's sort of from the point of view of the forces of nature or whatnot that have responded to this character. Oh, wow. And so if this is what you want, then ask for it and call for it unconditionally, and we will help you. What form do you want us to take for you?
Oh,
how can I support you? That's sort of like the voice that I heard that I was writing from.
Wow. I love talking to you. I love your brain. I love the way you think and talk. I just love it. And I don't get to spend enough time with you.
Oh.
So let's talk about the show then.
Yeah.
A little more. Openers?
Openers, just one. It's Bones and Beaker.
Love them.
I have yet to see them live. I'm really stoked.
Oh.
I'm really stoked. I've only seen a little bit of video online. And James Buckley kind of helped line that up. He works.
Of course he did.
Right?
Of course, yeah.
Right.
Buckley does everything at Ice House.
Two together.
Oh, that works. That's really good. Very comparable.
I'm stoked.
Okay, so Friday night, Bones and Beaker are opening, and then you're coming on stage with your singers, who we have to figure out, and your new band. And then, are you going to do some touring?
I will be going to Europe again with Dessa in August.
Wow. Okay.
She's just started to announce some of the dates, and I think so far just a couple of UK dates will be have been announced. So that's going to be an interesting place to be in just a few weeks, given everything that's really happening big time over there right now.
The political landscape is
heavily divided.
Yes,
it's not just here in the U.S.
Right. It's everywhere. It's yeah.
There's a lot of crazy friction going on in people's heads and hearts right now. I
gotta believe that good and love is gonna conquer in the end. I mean, that's
fairness
what I put out. Yeah,
justice and let's hope so.
That's what I put out there, hoping that it'll come back, and hoping that we get candidates that are like-minded. A winning presidential candidate that is
like-minded enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's where we are, but okay, let's bring this down with some political talk, shall we? Gravy. So what are you reading right now?
I've been working on The Blind Assassin by Margaret Atwood for a long time. I've gotten to this point where I've started like 4 books and I haven't made my way through them. It's been a long time. So I'm hammering away at this book because it's like it starts with one storyline and shortly after it introduces something completely different. And what I'm seeing happening over time as I'm about halfway through is that these radically different storylines are slowly going to converge and we're going to learn about what happened. But it's really this book has required a lot of patience to devote attention to each one and not need to know the whole big picture right away.
I see. I'm the same way, though. I have like a book in each room.
For your different moods and moments.
Right. You're like, oh, I've got to sit in the kitchen. I want something, light that I can, while I'm cooking, that I can just read a couple of pages of and put it aside. And then, of course, I am one of those dorks trying to read the Game of Thrones, but I get, I think I'd rather read. I'm trying, but I don't have the patience for it because it's like, oh my God, it's 50 pages for a blade of grass. It's like the greenest of the grass. And it's like, oh, come on, dude. Just get me to Jon Snow. That's all I want to know. Right? Do you watch it?
I do. I'm up to date.
Oh my God.
Up to date.
Was that the best episode ever?
That was pretty much the best episode ever. It's always in episode 9. It seems like they've really committed to that dynamic arc in each season.
Oh.
Everything happens on the episode 9, and 10 is about wrapping it up and setting it up.
Right.
Mellow. So Sunday's going to be mellow.
No, I'm such a junkie. I can't quit watching it. And I'm like, I jumped and cheered and cried and had all the emotions on Sunday. It was like,
we're not going to spoil it for anybody out there who is listening and has not seen.
No, it's so hard though to come in and not talk about it on the air. It's like, oh my God, you guys, Game of Thrones. Okay, that's it. But at the same time, I'm like, you can't talk about television anymore on the radio because everybody's like, oh no, spoiler alert. It's like, okay, wait, you can't do that for the Super Bowl.
We don't watch everything on, Wednesday nights, prime time, 9 p.m. like we used to.
Right.
When I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's a different world we're in.
Yeah. I like to save everything till Saturday, with the exception of Sunday. All my Sunday shows are Sundays.
Just go kick it and binge.
Yeah.
I like to do that too.
Completely. Sit in on my couch when I have nowhere to go and do that. Okay.
It's like reading a book, right? It's becoming immersed in
the story. It is. I know, but I'm doing nothing but watching TV on my day off, and I feel really crappy about it. I haven't even finished one episode of the new Orange is the New Black. Have you seen any of it?
Episode 2 of the latest season. Yeah.
I haven't even got through the first one. I know that everybody's itchy at this point. That's
yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's about where I am. Okay, this has really devolved into a conversation.
I like TV and movies a lot. I feel I take a lot of inspiration from events that happen that I see in movies and TV shows. I remember them. I don't know. Things just kind of stick with me. It's the shapes of what happens to people, or I take those with me and I apply them. I go back to storylines a lot.
I like that.
Yeah.
I did not know you were a TV person at all.
TV/movies. So the title of this EP is Call the Rocks, which is a summoning of support, right? And like an ask for the ground to kind of come back up under my feet of a period of feeling really traveled out, really toured out, and just kind of lost again. The same theme, and it's also a reference. Call the Rocks is a reference to the movie Labyrinth.
Oh my God! Of course. Oh my God! Of course. And Bluto calls the rocks in.
Bluto
oh
calls
my God!
The rocks. He howls, and the rocks rise up out of the bog of eternal stench, and they save Sarah, and she has stepping stones, and she escapes. The support comes back.
Oh my God! That's the sweetest thing ever. God, I didn't even think about that. That's brilliant. That's so adorable. No, it's so adorable, and it's a Bowie movie too.
Movies, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Barb. Thanks for having me in.
Anytime.